a lot has happened. So we're going to jump into some things here. Start my podcast, and I'm working with Sports Primo now. A lot of fun stuff. High school coverage is going to be more than I've ever been able to in my entire life. I'm going to have the freedom to do a lot of things that I want to do, especially kind of work on pieces on athletes and showcase New Mexico's best talent. It's kind of what I wanted to do for a while, and I'll kind of have the time to do it. Separated with ProView Networks, which is totally fine. It's a deal where sometimes you've been working for a place. I was calling games for 11 years for ProView Networks. I was working with them full time for 6 years, and I thought we did fantastic things. COVID hit, and it stirred a thing, and stuff happens, right? I wish ProView nothing but the best. They do great stuff. Steve Davis and company have such a good platform for high school athletics, and it kind of gave a thing for me where it was like more time with my family, more time to watch my kids grow up and go to their sporting events, and more time to focus kind of on the things that I want to do just personally. And so separation it's a good thing, really, I think, for everybody. And so now I'm with Sports Primo doing games. I'm going to be doing games when we can do games. But more importantly, I think, than just covering games and doing play-by-play and kind of the stuff I used to do, I'm going to be able to do a lot of stuff like a podcast and be able to talk with athletes. And that's what I'm going to do. I want to bring in all the best athletes and just have a quick conversation with them, ask them how they're doing, a little bit more casual, and have some fun. But in the meantime, we're going to have some fun as well. Like, we're going to talk sports, and I'm going to tell you who I think is good and who I don't. And you can take that however you want to take that. I mean, you could be like, oh, hey, Adam really likes us. We're in the top 5. Or you could be like, yo, Adam Diehl said we're good. Let's take that to heart. I don't know. I don't care. But it's fun, right? And we're pretty good at it. So with some great people and some good friends at Sports Primo, really honestly, is why this was easy, is because some of these guys are just great people and good friends. And I could also do a lot of other things, right? I love working with New Mexico United and ESPN Radio, and I'm not tied down to just one thing. And so this kind of separates a lot of that. But I'm going to be releasing a lot of stuff. Once we get sports started here, it's going to be, volleyball top 5s, your top 5 football teams in each class, boys and girls soccer. We're even going to be doing a lot of cross country. I want to be able to get a little bit more diverse in the coverage. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be able to get into the nitty gritty of bracketology. I love doing that. So breaking down what we think the state tournament will look like and stuff each week. It's going to be a lot of fun. So coaches and stuff that have supported me throughout this whole thing. Yeah, look, it's a little bit different. ProView was a big part of my life for a while. Again, I want to emphasize that I wish nothing but the best for ProView, and it's not oh, I hate you, you hate me type of thing. It's both kind of like we're going our separate ways in the best of ways, I think. So we're going to move on forward. It's going to be a lot of fun. I had to start big. I had to start big time. So I was like, man, who can I start big with? I had to do something like really good. And I'm thinking, well, who's getting all the scholarship offers every single day? Who is that? Yeah, Cleveland's very own Trey Ortega. So with the first, I guess, quote unquote podcast, I don't know if you could call this one a podcast, kind of like an intro. I was able to chat with Trey. Fantastic dude, fantastic athlete, big future. And there's going to be so many more athletes we're going to be talking to here soon. So Sports Primo, let's go. Let's rock. And we're starting shot right out of a cannon with Trey Ortega. I'm good. I got you loud and clear. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Cool, man. I'm going to jump right into it then.
Sounds good.
All right. This is where I want to start. Every day I jump on Twitter, okay? And, I do the normal thing, check the weather, local news, what's going on. And you do a routine. And as routine, every day I see another offer landed on my guy Trey. That's got to feel amazing. What is that like to get that much attention from some schools?
Yes, sir. No, it's definitely a special feeling. Just to feel wanted and, nothing like it. And I'm truly blessed to have had all those offers. And I'm just very glad now that I found a place to call home.
I want to back up. All right. Let's go to March because maybe a lot of people know, but they don't know how big of a hooper you are too, right? You can get on that court. So you're playing in March, and I mean, you guys are good, and you got a chance to win the thing. But the whole COVID thing starts, and that's when like this whole thing first started, right? So you guys had to finish in the second round. You're in the semifinals. You had to finish that with no fans. Like it was a little bit different from like the night before when you beat Santa Fe, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that was a lot different. We just persevered and thrived. We didn't come out, how we wanted to, but definitely a different atmosphere. And hopefully we get an opportunity, this year to make a difference, to make a change in that.
So that's what I got to ask you. I'm going to ask you about USD here in a minute, but do you like? You're gonna like if you get a chance to play football and basketball, are you going to do both?
Yes, sir. So Coach Jimenez and Coach Ridenauer, they've been great in communication with me, Trey Watson, and Jeff Davidson. In terms of us playing both. So as of right now, our season for basketball starts in January. And so there's going to be a 2-week period there where we might be, playing both. And so we worked out a schedule that's a good compromise.
Well, you're hoping though, because if you're playing, that football or basketball and then trying to get into football and you're playing late, that means you made it late in the season in hoops, right? So you're hoping that it overlaps a little bit.
Exactly.
All right. So, all right, let's jump back into football. You guys are amazing. Fantastic squad. I'm going to get into some of the guys you play with as well, but you're in this before the state tournament. You get smashed. You're in quarterback, right? And you guys get smashed. There's no way around it. You get smashed by Volcano. Like, what were you thinking going into the state tournament? Did you know that you've got, a better game in you than that? Like, what was your mindset going into that state tournament?
Yes, sir. So definitely, after the Volcano loss, I knew that, they were the better team that night, but I knew with our work ethic and our relationships, in terms of how we are with each other on the field and off the field, I knew we were going to persevere and thrive. And, that's our basis. That's our foundation as a program. And so with that, I knew we would be just fine. And we got Jeff back. We had Colton back going into the playoffs. So we were all healthy again. And so, we're going full throttle.
So you're playing Rio Rancho in the finals. Like, that's got to be kind of cool, right? It's your rivals. Let's be honest. You don't like each other. Like, that's got to be fun. And the game was wild, right? It was back and forth. I mean, it was a great game.
Yes, sir. It was definitely, very special for sure.
So, all right, let's now jump into what is your decision. Dude, you had like 50,000 schools to choose from. Maybe it was 21. But how do you even make that decision?
Honestly, what I left it up to, was my faith in God. I prayed a lot, read my Bible a lot, and that's what it came down to, and, I had a lot of reassurance, from diving into my Bible and stuff like that. Gave me clarity to where I need to go and, what was the best decision for me.
University of San Diego, like they were the last ones to offer you, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's wild. So was there somewhere you were leaning towards before USD came in the picture?
Not really. There was, I had so many amazing opportunities, right in front of me. And so I was, considering it was at a week to week basis, I was leaning here one week, I was leaning there the other. As soon as San Diego came, that really, made me feel comfortable.
I mean, it's not a bad place to live, huh?
No, sir, not at all.
You poor thing. I think you'll struggle out there. All right, so multi-sport athlete here, Trey Ortega, fantastic state champion. It was fun to see you get all these offers. It really is to see all these New Mexico kids thrive, but not just New Mexico kids, man. It's your school. Like they call it Cleveland University for a reason, and you're starting to see that. Like so you're practicing with these guys every day, like Luke Weisong, of course, Trey Watson, Davison, like all these studs. And obviously last year you had a great team and some great seniors with Dorian Lewis, one of the best running backs I've seen. Training with these guys and working with these guys got to help you get better every day, right?
Yes, sir. Most definitely. They drive me every single day. We each have expectations for each other, and when those expectations don't get met, we let each other know. Those are my brothers on and off the field, and definitely help me for sure.
I'm not trying to get crazy here, but I'm going to get crazy. I've been telling people I think this Cleveland football team, if allowed to play in the spring, will be one of the best football teams that I've seen or that we will see because of the amount of talent. There are so many players, D1, D2, JUCO. That doesn't mean you're all going to win. I'm not giving you the trophy. I'm just saying it is one of the better talented teams coming up. Is there any pressure for you guys? Do you feel that at all?
Definitely coming off of a state championship win, but that's a good thing to have. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I feel like it's a pressure that we can all handle, and hopefully, we can prove ourselves if the season comes.
Lastly, I mean, you got a brother that's done this whole thing too, yeah?
Twice. Yes, sir.
I mean, that's wild. I don't even know if anybody knows. What's with the talent in your family? Where do we get this from? How do I get this?
My parents, were amazing athletes. My dad was athlete of the year, his high school. He played Division I football. And then my mom, she lettered all 4 years, I believe, in softball. She won state. They both went to Del Norte High School, so definitely comes from them.
There you go, kids. Make sure you are a fantastic athlete and you marry a fantastic athlete, so you have kids that are fantastic athletes. Brother, I appreciate your time. Best of luck. Hopefully, we're going to be seeing a lot of you here soon as we get started, huh?
Yes, sir. Sounds good, Coach.
Oops, all right. Take care, brother. I know you good. Hey, we'll see you, man. We'll see you soon, brother.
You have a good one. Thank you.